5 years, I believe, or 6.
Yeah.
From 1950.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's quite a marriage.
Yeah, that was a long one.
When did you get married?
In 1950 is when we got married. I think it's more than
That's
65.
68 years.
About 68 years,
Yep.
I guess. Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we always been good friends and still are. I remember the first time I ever seen her. Yeah, they used to have dances in Albert Lee up at the AFL, the Union Hall there, they called it, the AFL Hall. I guess it was a Friday night. There was a girl up there that actually looked a lot like Marie looked. Blonde and pretty girl. So then I went over and I was talking to this other girl. It turned out to be Marie. And Cobb, he come to me after a while and he come up and he says, God, Alton, he says, that's the wrong one you're talking to.
That's the wrong one.
Yeah, I lucked out there, I think.
So I want to know about your favorite date that you and Jetta have ever been on.
Favorite date?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't even remember.
That's about 66 years ago or 7, ain't it?
Oh, Matthew, I don't even know how to think about that.
Well, it's up at the AFL Hall where we met. They always had dances at a Union Hall. And
Bubby said you met at a dance.
and that's where we met. Was at that? And she was pretty snippy. She didn't want nothing to do with me. And
But you
what
were
else is there to
persistent,
say?
huh?
That's enough.
huh? Is that enough?
Yeah.
I told her you were going to be sorry someday for being snippy.
What's
But
your,
Bubby said you were an all right dancer.
Well, I wasn't very good, but for a farm kid, I was all right, I guess. But where I lucked out was I had a lot of friends, and they were all worse than me.
Oh. Well, then they made you look good.
Yeah, well, that's right. They did kind of make me look good then.
what's your favorite thing to do on the farm?
Take care of flowers.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite flower then?
Flower?
Yeah.
Probably gladiolas.
Gladiolas. What was your favorite trip?
Oh,
We had a lot of trips. That was all good. We never had a bad one, I guess. I mean, we never got sick or got.
I'd say probably to China.
China? What'd you guys do over in China?
Well, saw the Great Wall and the sights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went the length of the Yangtze River before it flooded.
You guys know how many times you've been overseas?
Huh?
No,
No, you can't. You don't remember.
a lot of times.
How about how many times have you been to the Czech Republic?
Lots of times.
Lots of times too. Yeah.
That was kind of almost like home already.
The Czech Republic.
Yeah.
What was some of the fun things to do over there?
In Czech Republic?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, everything was fun.
Is there any other funny traveling stories that you guys have?
I suppose there's lots. One time when we were in Bulgaria has a huge indoor market.
Oh,
I think it was like 3 floors.
wow.
And so we were in this indoor market, and I was looking for some curtains, and so he had to go to the bathroom. So I said, okay. There was a restroom sign there. I says, you go to the bathroom and I'll wait right here for you. And so he headed off to the bathroom, And I waited right where I said, and he never came back. An hour later, he still wasn't back.
Where did you go?
I went out the wrong doorway.
And I'm thinking, I don't dare leave, because if I leave and he does come back,
Yeah, he'll be gone.
then how is he going to find me? And I mean, I could have gone back to the hotel, but he probably wouldn't have found his way to the hotel because he wasn't good that way. So if he came back and I'm gone, I just stayed. I just stayed there and stayed. But boy, I was getting pretty frantic, after an hour.
Yeah, I bet.
He finally came back. He finally found his way back.
Now, Sophie really wants to know, can you think of any funny stories about Dad?
But your dad?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. We should be able to. The funniest one was when he fell in the water
Oh
there
yeah, that's right, up in Toronto.
in Toronto, Canada. He was running through. There was a kind of a fountain spraying there, and
It was a big.
and the thing was kind of dug in. There wasn't much of a fence around it. It was just a kind of a rough. If I remember it right, am I saying it right?
I don't remember. All
Anyway,
that.
he was running through this.
He was running round and round. He was a little kid.
And,
Okay.
and he was running through this.
Like Evie's age.
Where the son of a gun, I don't know if he slipped or if he just ran the wrong way or what, but he ran right in the fountain. Of course, then he was drenched from head to foot. So he had to buy new clothes for him.
Well,
Dry
because
clothes.
we didn't have our car. We didn't have our car in the parking lot. We had taken the subway.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So now here he is soaking wet.
Sopping
No
wet
car.
kid.
And so I had to go
Yeah.
into the store and buy clothes. And so I'm buying clothes and telling the clerk what happened. And she says, "Oh, don't feel bad. This happens to somebody every week."
Yeah, it was kind of a trap, a kid trap actually. Kids like to run through that fountain, and
He wasn't running through it. He was running around it. He just
Kind of
he
slipped and
slipped.
fell in.
If you want to hear something that your dad did one time that, well, it wasn't really naughty, but well, we were in Europe, and when we'd get out of the communist country, we would always call home so that whoever was at home would know that we got out of the communist country.
Yeah.
So we got out of the communist country and we called home, and nobody answered. And everybody I tried, nobody answered. So finally,
he was getting kind of concerned.
in desperation, I called the neighbor lady over here.
Yeah.
And the first thing she says to me was,
When we got home.
"No, now when we go home, this is on the telephone. I'm in Europe." And
Oh
she's
yeah,
there
that's right. It was on the phone. Sure.
and first thing she said to me, "Richard had a party. Everybody could hear it way down on the other corner." And
Dad told us about that party that he threw while you guys were in Europe.
Yeah.
she
I
didn't,
guess the
she
yard
didn't
is
say
full
to
of
me, "How
cars.
are you?" or "Is everything going okay?" or nothing
Yeah.
like that. Just, "Richard had a party."
Stinker.
Well, Beatrice was kind of a busybody anyway.
Yeah, she was.
What I'd call a busybody anyway. But
I guess we're lucky they didn't call the cops or something.
Well, Dad has claimed that he got permission from the neighbors, but well, yeah.
You know what? He probably did.
Yeah.
he might have.
Probably did. But maybe it was a little more than they expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, I knew he was going to have a party."
Yeah.
So that took the wind out of her sails.
Oh.
Cat's looking in the window.
Is it?
Oh, look at. It's a pretty kitty.
Just took a look in and left.
Do you have a favorite kid?
No.
Huh? I didn't hear you.
I said, do you have a favorite kid?
Well, they were all favorites, I guess, at one
I know you
time
can't
or
really
another.
pick favorites.
Yeah.
You love them all.
Yeah.
And worry about them all. You know, we still worry about our kids.
Yeah.
You never get over that there. You wonder if they had a car accident, they aren't here, and we've been really blessed that way. Our kids have never been sick or in a wreck or bad, have they?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. We've been really fortunate or blessed or whatever you want to call it.
How did you manage the farm and to raise 5 kids?
Oh, well, boy, I tell you, we were scratching. Yeah, we always had,
Well, everybody
Plenty
had
to
some
do.
chores they had to do.
we never run out of stuff, and she used to sew a lot of the clothing for the kids. And not just simple stuff either, things like snowsuits and
That's really
dresses
cool.
for Joan you used to sew.
I made Joni's wedding dress.
Oh, really?
That's really. Who taught you how to sew?
I just learned.
Oh, cool.
I just read patterns and that way. I had my grandma's sewing machine.
What was your favorite animals to keep on the farm?
Well, we used to have a lot of chickens.
I liked Lassie, our dog Lassie. That's what I liked best.
When you had Lassie, that was before Dad was born. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how many kids did you have then with Lassie?
4.
4 of them. You guys had lots of dogs too on the farm.
Oh yeah, we always had a dog.
I always had a dog.
Sometimes we had 2 dogs.
At that time, just about everybody had
A dog.
a dog.
When you guys notice each other are feeling kind of sad, what do you do to cheer each other up?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I try to be nice to her, even when she hits me and knocks me down. I get up, give her a kiss.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I don't think anybody believes that stuff.
Yeah.
How many years have you been married?
Well, it's over 60.
Over 60 years.
Over 60.
Yeah.
How have you been? Like
Huh?
how can you maintain such a long? Lots of people can't maintain long marriages nowadays, and it's crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
How do you do that?
Well,
You just
I'll
do it.
tell you. And pay attention, because this is good advice I'm going to give you.
He's BSing you.
I was a fast learner. See, when we got married, it only took me 2 weeks to figure out who was going to be boss. And once I figured that out, there was nothing to fight over.
All right.
Ain't that right?
And
I guess.
Bubby's the boss.
And she's the boss.
Yeah.
That's simple. And once in a long while we don't agree on everything, but not very often.
I suppose in the grand scheme of things, those little arguments don't really matter too much.
No, they don't. That's right.
She got really mad when I ordered that chair lift, or stair lift. She didn't want me to buy that. That was a good decision on my part, which I made against, I mean, pretty much had to do it. Boy, she was mad, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, she knocked me down and stepped on me.
Stop it.
Oh, poor Alton.
You want water?
That- I like it when the grapes are a little bit bigger than these are kind of small.
Those are tasty though.
Yeah, they're tasty.
Mm-hmm. I like the bigger ones too if they don't have too many seeds in them.
Yeah, I don't like the seeds either.
We don't have very many fights or arguments or whatever you call it. And I always try to do what I think she'd like me to do, and she does usually tries to please me. Oh, that's a good thing to keep in mind. Well, Bubby is quite thrifty, and I am too. So we don't fight over money. That's one that's easy to fight over.
Do.
Do you want a divorce, dear?
No.
Well, I thought you had kind of a crabby look when you were eating that cookie there.
Well, to all the people you know and in the future that love you and care for you, is there anything you want to say?
I'm not very good at this.
I think it's people expect more than they really should. You know, they're kind of spoiled. But you've been a good mom to me. She was the best. It didn't get any better than her.
No, you really can't.
Yeah, bye. We love
Bye,
you.
we love you.